alive! It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Dominic Lawton can be wild. Welcome to the Bad Movie Cult.
This week, we are spanning another genre. We're including, this time, sci-fi.
Yes, why not?
We've covered the kids section earlier on with Cool Cat. We've done a lot of horror, done a lot of action. This is a bit of sci-fi action straight from South Africa.
What?
This is a South African production.
Okay, interesting.
It's a vehicle for action star Reb Brown.
Yeah, it's about time he turned up on this podcast.
It's been a long time coming. It is the 1988 film Space Mutiny.
You've seen Star Wars. You've seen Star Trek. Now, the ultimate star adventure. Space Mutiny. Journey with space colonists who are trapped on a never-ending voyage of terror, death, and destruction.
It's cruel fate to be born in space.
What are all these bodies for?
When anyone is under suspicion, they're immediately arrested, tortured, and given the truth. However, if they seem redeemable, Calgon freezes them.
Vicious pirate ships bombard the helpless crew of the starship Southern Sun, while fanatical mutineers seize control from within.
Viper out of control. Collision imminent.
And there is only one man who can save them. Starring Reb Brown.
I did what I had to do. Don't you think I realized a good man died?
John Philip Law.
Ryder must be eliminated at once.
James Ryan.
Are there any other of you that wish to confuse freedom with treason?
Cameron Mitchell.
It is now time.
And introducing Sissy Cameron.
Where's that idiot who let her escape? We've got him on ice, sir. Kill him at once. Yes, sir.
Reb Brown romances the commander's daughter while holding off sadistic terrorists.
Terminate with extreme prejudice.
Be mesmerized by mysterious alien women.
One cannot escape one's own destiny.
We're going to hold out here and never let them take over the Southern Sun.
Join the crew of the Southern Sun as they fight for their lives.
Take this, you space bitch.
Space. In space, there is no way out.
Yes, so as we said, this is a Reb Brown classic. Someone who has been overlooked for this podcast, but is now making his debut.
He's been on radar.
Yeah.
As he is on this, in this film.
Yes.
We finally brought him into the docking zone.
Reb Brown plays Dave Ryder.
Yeah. You just call him his surname, it sounds cool, but they do refer to him as Dave a lot, which is not cool.
No, especially...
Sorry, Dave's out there, but, for an action hero, come on.
Yeah. He was in the 70s Captain America TV movies. He was in Strike Commando, which will probably be on this.
Absolutely love that film.
He was in Robo War.
Yeah, whatever that is.
That looks awful. That's going to be on here as well. And he was also in Cage with Lou Ferrigno and Cage 2.
Oh, yes, yeah, I've got Cage. I saw that years ago with my mate on video. Amazing. Lou Ferrigno in that one, actually, he holds on to Reb Brown after being shot in the head. And he holds on to him hanging from a helicopter all the way from Vietnam. He's got some grip on him.
That's the Incredible Hulk, isn't he?
He's got a hell of a grip. Yeah, that's a lot of fun, actually, that film.
And introducing Sissy Cameron as Dr. Leah Jansen, who is Reb Brown's actual wife in real life.
Still, or at the time?
Still. I think they met on this film. I could be wrong about that, but she was in Billy Jack. That got a run out in the Babysitter review.
Really?
That gets mentioned in the Babysitter. She was in Billy Jack as Miss False Eyelashes. She was also in one of Ken's favourites, The Happy Hooker Goes to Washington, as Miss Goodbody.
I noticed that her character names seem to just be descriptions of herself.
She was in Porky's 2 as Sandy LaToy. So
okay, yeah. You can have a sandy toy. It's not advisable.
if you're at the beach.
Yeah, just careful of that, ladies.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Do you want to have a little jab at describing the plot of this film for me, Ken?
Yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, this was a first-time view for me, this. I think Dom had seen it before. It's, I believe, is it an MS3, whatever the thing is?
This is one of the legendary MST3K episodes, which is where I saw it, yeah.
Yeah, so I've never even seen that version, let alone this version, the undoctored. No comments, just a straightforward, this is the film.
I would say that if anyone is interested in getting into Mystery Science Theatre, that is probably the best episode to start with, because it's just brilliant. All the jokes are great in it.
In fact, we'll probably just stop here then, and just head over to there, and they'll do a lot better job than we're going to.
Goodbye, see you next week.
Thanks very much for joining us.
Dominic Lawton can be wild.
Yeah, so the plot anyway.
The plot. I think the plot, from what I got, was there's like a massive spaceship, and they're just floating about the place, and some evil guy wants to land it.
Yeah.
That's about it, really.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and they say, no, we don't want to. And he says, yeah, we should. That's it. That's as far as I got.
This has 2 directors attached to it. David Winters started directing it, then had to be called away because of a family tragedy, and Neil Sundstrom took over, and both wanted their names taken off this film by the end.
Well, now you name-checked both of them, so no dice, buddy, no dice. I'll tell you what, though, the music at the beginning's brilliant. I love the opening credit music.
Yeah.
It's very, very, like, it makes it sound like it's going to be good, and then it's not.
No, this has a 13% rotten rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, but the opening credits, the font and the blue holographic font they use is awful. I mean, the music's brilliant. The credits are rubbish.
The music at the end is also brilliant, which will play it.
Yeah, we get a voiceover telling us what the Southern Sun is, and that's basically the big spaceship.
Yeah.
They
pretty
use
cool name for it.
Yeah, they use the Star Wars style, like where we see how big it is just by slowly moving the camera across a toy.
Yeah, all of the outside spaceshipy stuff in this was taken directly from Battlestar Galactica, apparently.
Well done to them sneaking that in. Yeah, it's called the Southern Sun.
Yeah, 13
sounds a bit like a pub.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have a couple of drinks down there.
Down at the Southern Sun. There's 13 generations that have lived on that ship. It's a 10 light year journey to a new uncolonized world. 1 light year, Ken, is equal to 6 trillion miles. It's a bit of a trek, isn't it?
That is a lot.
We find out that there's a certain section of the population that have grown restless with living and dying on this spaceship.
Yeah.
I mean, how would they, if that's all they've ever known?
Yeah, what would they know anyway?
Yeah.
They would know nothing more. But
still. How they must take some sort of vitamins, like Hulk Hogan.
For what?
Because you'd need sunlight and stuff, don't you?
Maybe there's a solarium. It's called the Southern Sun. The Southern Sun Solarium.
Mind you, there is lots of big open windows outside, isn't there?
Yeah, so they can,
that you can see in the engine room.
Yeah, I don't know. All the uniforms as well. They've got SS written on them for the Southern Sun, which is not as popular as it used to be, those initials.
They're also in a lightning bolt style.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, Black Sabbath got away with it, perhaps. But I don't know whether they would. That's the good guys as well, not just the bad guys. It's not that obvious.
The uniforms are just grey. Just grey, and they're not
just
very
awful. Really.
All the costumes in this film are fucking horrible, to be honest, but more of that later. We cut to what looks like the chemical factory from Batman, Tim Burton's Batman film. Flight Commander Calgon is walking with a guy who looks to be wearing a child's sci-fi costume.
Yeah, he's kind of... Yeah, it's like a Flash Gordon-esque kind of thing, isn't it?
He's got sort of orange hard plastic armour on that's too small for him, and a sort of laser tag gun that it looks like. I think they're all carrying one of them, though. And as I said, you can actually see proper windows and light coming through them in the background. So just to...
Southern sun.
Yeah.
They brought the sun with him.
Just to ram home the fact that this is all being shot in a warehouse. There's massive windows there.
Yeah, Calgon is going around, just wandering about the place, free as you like, just putting bombs in plain view of everybody.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like, And he just walks off and puts another one down.
Yeah.
He's not bothered. He's brazen.
I tell you what, though, don't those bombs look futuristic?
No.
It looks like a bar of soap with a calculator stuck to the top of it.
That's how you make bombs. I've seen it on the internet.
Oh, Fight Club. Yeah, there's something about that in Fight Club, isn't there?
See? You're not supposed to talk about that.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Back to the bridge. We got more looks at clothes styles from the future. There's a woman, looks to be going around in 80s Lycra workout
she's just
gear.
wearing a leotard, isn't she?
Yeah.
Just wearing a very, very small leotard. Not sure what her job is on the ship, but she does walk around a bit.
I think it's to look like she's just woken up because her hair's like...
But there's a lot of hair in this.
Yeah.
There's an awful lot of hair.
There's a voice that comes in from the ship called Lancer. It's returning to base, and they located a rescue beacon and survivors known as the Balerians.
Yeah, it's an all-female crew.
Yeah.
Now, these crop up a lot in this film, and they are totally pointless, totally useless as anything.
Yeah.
And they claim to be doing a lot, but I don't see that they're doing a damn thing.
Yeah, they only interact with one of the main cast members in the whole entire film, and that's Commander Santa.
Yeah, and that's pointless.
Yeah, the rest of it, they're just dancing around the place and touching those. They're like, can you remember those things? They're like glass.
Like static balls, aren't they?
Yeah, you touch
they
it and
give you a
there's
little lightning bolt kind of thing to you.
Yeah, when you touch them,
like a fairground attraction kind of thing, like an arcade.
Yeah, they're all in leotards with just sheets over their heads.
Yeah, it's like a music video, isn't it?
Yeah.
A lot of the time when we see them.
Yeah, like something Prince would do.
Yeah, just useless. Totally pointless.
Speaking of pointless, you got Viper Squadron. They're inbound.
Yeah, incoming Stingray Viper Squadron. Now, I thought with a name like that, these are the bad guys. Look out, here they come.
Yeah.
No, not at all. No, these are the good guys.
Yeah. Yeah, this is when we meet Dr. Leia Jansen for the first time. She's apparently looking forward to meeting Professor Spooner.
Yeah, I feel sorry for her. And not for us. Professor Spooner's given a massive build-up.
I was going to say he gets mentioned throughout the film.
Yeah, we never meet him.
You never meet him.
Sadly, he perishes.
Yeah. I put here, my note here is the captain appears to be in his bathrobe.
The commander.
Oh, sorry, the commander. Yes.
Yeah. He just generally he looks kind of biblical in some of the scenes that he's wearing stuff like it's just cloaks and stuff.
And Noah.
Yeah,
and his ark.
Yeah, he's on his ark at one point. They've got that built in.
He's on his arse.
In a pig's arse.
Oh, I tell you what, it's a trap. There's space pirates. Which, if they named it that, I'd probably been more inclined to.
I think that's actually a kids' show.
What's called Space Pirates?
Yeah,
amazing. I'm going to watch
Space Pirates, and there's some rats, some puppets, rats.
I like how there's basically a battle in space here, all Battlestar Galactica stuff of the pirates attacking Stingray Viper Squadron. I like that the fact they've intercut Reb Brown reacting every time one of his guys die.
Yeah.
But he doesn't look like he's in the cockpit. He's just looks like he's on a sofa somewhere watching the movie like we are. And he just starts. I love Reb Brown when he starts shouting. His voice gets very high.
Yeah, he has. He's got an awful shout, hasn't he?
Yeah. And it's throughout it. Like the last 30 minutes of this film is Reb Brown at high voice shouting.
Yeah, he's great at that.
Look out, Red 3. Red 3 is down. Damn it.
Meanwhile, we have Calgon. He's putting more soap around the place. Kills an engineer who finally he's in. This ship is absolutely massive. It's got 10 generations of people on there. And this is the first time I've seen anyone in the engine room besides Calgon and his mate.
This is Commander Calgon, sir. And he's just putting a bomb down, ignoring the blow. Just putting another bomb down. You go about your business.
And the Flash Gordon.
Yeah, he grabs him and they shoot him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. He's gone. He's the only one who could have stopped it.
Yeah.
Imagine if he'd have
Could have
survived.
just shot him instantly. As Ryder's about to land, he's got Spooner on board his ship, I think.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
I thought this was a fight squadron, but they obviously got Spooner.
He's piloting the professor. We're not actually sure what the professor's doing, or like why he's important, or
why he's in space. I thought they were
what the point is.
light years away from.
Yeah, or where they got him from?
Yeah,
he's just floating,
just a corpse, just floating out in space. Calgon sets off a bomb just as he's about to land, and it shuts down the tractor beam or some shit.
Yeah. It's the auto landing beam. He's detonated. It's been destroyed. We're gonna crash.
Yeah, you would have thought that Ryder would be able to land a plane without the beam if he's like a professional pilot.
Well, but Red 3's already down. I mean,
Reb 3.
He's called them all by his own names.
There's more of them.
Yeah, I got one as well saying, Stingray, I can't. And then he's instantly blown up. I don't know what he couldn't do.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
That was a pilot we never see, by the way. We don't see the actual pilots. We just see ships and stock footage of Battlestar Galactica, apparently.
The first time I realised Ryder was a total idiot was when he ejected out into space. What do you think?
What is it? Some sort of, what do they say? Like a particle ejector beam or
something like that.
Rubbish.
He materialises in the docking bay as the ship crashes into a ball of flames.
Yeah, which I thought, again, you'd at least try and materialise elsewhere rather than in the midst of an explosion.
It doesn't seem overly heroic. He instantly just leaves Spooner to die a fiery death.
Yeah, although he does pick up Leia as she runs towards the fireball.
My note is bright silver spacesuit.
Yeah.
He's got tinfoil on, hasn't he?
He's wearing a tinfoil sleeveless suit.
Yeah. Doesn't seem overly a good idea in space, does it?
To be honest, it was very similar to in Ninja Squad, what the ninjas used to wear. They wore tinfoil sleeveless suits.
Yes, maybe that's where he got it from. Maybe he was a ninja.
He borrowed it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like how she decides it's a good idea to run towards it, a raging inferno.
Yeah, but thankfully he hoists her away.
Yeah.
As everything explodes in slow motion.
I've got the size of Inferno and guys with small fire extinguishers.
Yeah, I've recently had to do a fire warden course, and it does say you should not tackle a fire that is out of control or too big for a fire extinguisher. Just thought I'd point that out to those two guys. I don't know how they got on. I don't know if they're still around.
This thing is like from floor to ceiling of a docking bay is fully in flame, and they've got two small fire extinguishers between them.
Like the ones you carry in your car.
Yeah, I like that they're still in use in the future, those fire extinguishers.
Well, if it ain't broke.
Yeah.
I don't know if they had to do a course. If they had, they failed that straight away. I'd have been running the other way. That's what it says.
Get out the building.
Yeah.
Get out the docking bay.
Exactly.
Is that the first step?
Well,
exit the docking bay.
You obviously prevent it. It's the first thing. Try not to explode.
Yeah. Or failed instantly.
Yeah, well, obviously they didn't get that bit. No ticks on that box.
Get our first viewing of Calgon's evil laugh.
Oh, it's beautiful. I've written textbook evil laugh.
Does it a lot in this film.
Yeah, and good.
The laugh arrives before he does in most scenes.
Yeah, which is a sign of a good villain.
We see Gomez Adams next. Gets in touch with Calgon over the intercom.
That's Blake.
Blake,
yeah. This is a character called Blake. There's an awful lot of characters in this film who are in it for like about 3 or 4 minutes, and then you never see them again. But they get a name, they get speech. It's just like why are they all in it?
Yeah.
You could have trimmed this down. There was about 6 people in this film, but they just give out extra roles to people. Blake's one of them.
Calgon, there's a scene of Calgon and he's staring intently at the monitor as the crash is happening. That gets used 3 or 4 times throughout the film. Gets used again here as Gomez Adams, Blake's talking to him. And he tells him that there's some strange women that have come on board with the Lancer. And then he apologises for the information being so scanty.
I like the word scanty. I've written scanty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thing is, the women are also scantily clad.
Yes.
Which I thought maybe why he's using the word scanty.
Have you ever heard the word scanty used for information?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of,
was it this man?
Yeah,
Did you meet him?
It was then. Yeah, it was Blake.
It was when I watched this film.
I saw Blake. Yeah, Blake used to ring me up every now and then, give me like half a story.
Yeah. The commander's looking at the same graphic, which has been on every screen from the bridge to Ryder's monitor and his Stingray. It's like a 3D map, isn't it?
What he wants to know is, what would be the motive for sabotage?
Yeah.
And obviously the Beastie Boys would be the people to ask about that.
And he turns to Captain Devers and says...
All right. I thought he was called Beavers.
I did. I wrote Beavers, and then I looked on the cast list.
He's called Beavers, mate. Everyone calls him Beavers.
Yeah,
Captain Beavers.
I heard someone call him Devers.
No, see, this is Calgon. Beavers, Devers. What the hell?
I thought it was Beavers as well. I've
called him Beavers all the way through. I'm having Beavers.
We'll go with Beavers then. Captain Beavers.
I think we should always go with Beavers.
Yeah. Captain Beavers, which is one of Ken B. Wilde's early films. He says, I think whoever did this knows his way around spaceships. Well, thank you.
Yeah, so he should. He's lived on a fucking spaceship his entire life. You all have, you idiot. It's like he's like a newborn baby, is it?
The commander says they'll have to reduce speed drastically to repair the damage. Why?
I'm not sure.
Aren't they in space?
Yeah. They could stop altogether, couldn't they? And they'd still carry on moving. They could just turn all the engines off. Once they start moving, they ain't stopping, are they? Unless they stop themselves.
Exactly. You wouldn't have the engines on anyway once you're in space. It's only to get you into space, and then the momentum.
You tell Commander Jensen.
Yeah, I'm going to.
You have to. Somebody has to. Beavers ain't telling him.
Yeah, he just wants to know why. That's all the commander ever wanted to know.
Although he does then say he's going to go and do some research on his new female guests, which I expected an eyebrow raise at the end of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet he will. You dirty, dirty Santa.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
We get the introduction to the Balerians, who are useless. Basically, they just tell somebody to leave by the power of thought.
Just leave.
Funny. These female crew just told me to leave.
I like how their room is just totally empty.
Yeah, he said, this is a shithole. And they said, that's fine. Fuck off.
Yeah.
He's like, all right. But they don't speak, you see. It's all with the power of mind.
Yeah. Turns out the Balerians are added just to pad the film's runtime out. And it is blatantly obvious.
Honestly, they do nothing. They pretend they've done everything. They pretend they've controlled the whole plot. But the plot is unravelling right in front of us.
Yeah.
There's no other action that people could take, but they're pretending that they're influencing them. Rubbish.
We get our first view of the bumper cars that everyone gets around in.
Brilliant, these are, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Little dustbin.
Yes. It's probably quicker to walk than get in these fucking
in fact,
things.
It is actually, because he does try and drive past people, doesn't he? But by the time he's got out, they've already arrived. Yeah, these are the enforcer vehicles.
He's talking to MacPhearson, who's like a chief engineer who looks exactly the same as him.
I didn't know MacPhearson had a name until like near the end.
Yeah.
Because it was just a bloke. I started writing, he looks like a Billy Drago, I thought, in some bits. In some bits he looks nothing like him at all, which is
Towards
weird.
the end he looks like Billy Drago, but not now.
I just wrote he's like a limping Billy Drago. 'Cause he's got a walking stick, you see, this guy.
The Limping Billy Drago would be a great pub name. I'm going to open it.
You do that, and I'll be the Southern Sun. Or we'll just be over the road from each other.
Yeah, just staring at each other. Yeah, I always thought this reminds me of Double Impact. They look the same, except Calgon's got his hair gelled back.
Yeah, MacPherson's got a little curl, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Just one piece of hair just curling over his forehead. Calgon laughs when he gets there.
Yeah.
And he laughs again. So he just laughs twice. He does stop laughing and then restarts laughing.
Yeah.
It's like there's a space in his laughter.
Calgon's having a great time.
No, he's enjoying everything about this. But
see, this is the key difference when Wesley Snipes is laughing throughout Demolition Man and this guy.
Mm.
They're both enjoying themselves, but we aren't. In this case.
I did. I enjoyed it every time he enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Calgon made me laugh. So, you know, it was
I love his face.
It's not just one-way traffic, this.
When he's not laughing and the other guy's speaking, he's like smiling and look like he's about to break character again. He's just having a fucking great... He's sitting in his little buggy. He's having a great time.
Those little buggies have small ladders on the back. You never see anyone ever use them.
No.
That's the only way you can get in or out these buggies, which suggests it's ridiculous.
I like MacPherson's wearing a joke shop sailor's costume.
Yeah, quite right too.
He's got a walking stick as well.
He does look like he's in pain, to be fair. I don't know if that's because he's got a walking stick, that he's trying to act like he's in pain. But he does look like he's very uncomfortable throughout this film.
Yeah.
Maybe he just was. Maybe he didn't want to be in it. Maybe he wanted to be Calgon.
Maybe.
Yeah, he got given MacPherson because his laugh wasn't good enough.
And basically Calgon, he tells us the first part of their cunning plan, which is to make sure no one can get in or out the Southern Sun.
Yeah, because he gets told, MacPherson says it'll take at least 2 weeks to repair the docking bay. And he says, perfect. Nobody can enter her. So you dirty Calgon.
Yeah, which considering they're hundreds of years into deep space.
Yeah,
I mean, how many visitors they get?
Well, they get the Balerians. They visited.
Yeah.
Spooner. There you go. I mean, immediately you've got visitors.
It's like a fucking airport, isn't it, this, actually?
It's very busy. Yeah, it's incredibly busy.
Calgon says it was a cruel fate to be born in space, but he's vowed they will not die here.
Mm.
He just wants a planet of his own. A little part of the universe for him, MacPherson, and Flash Gordon.
his enforcer friends.
Yeah, and just settle down and be a family.
So where are they going to head? I'll tell you where they're going to head. The Corona Borealis.
My God, that's where the virus originated.
Exactly, yes. It was Calgon all the time.
Yeah, bastard. Calgon all the time. My girl wants Calgon all the time. That's
MacPherson sings that towards the end.
Calgon all the time.
Who cheers him up?
Actually, no. He actually just wants to accumulate wealth. But when you're light years into deep space, you've got to ask yourself, Ken, what is money? Where is money? Who is money?
Am I money?
That's what he ends up asking himself.
Directly down the camera.
Yeah, he just glances at the camera in that last one.
Is Reb Brown money?
No.
No, he's clearly not.
He's definitely not money.
That's an easy answer, yeah. Nope.
We end up going back to the bridge as Calgon laughs us.
He does laughs us out of that scene, doesn't he?
Yeah, we go back to the captain, Scott Devers. He's talking to Lieutenant Lamont.
Brian May. I've called her Lieutenant Brian May throughout all of this.
And Scott Devers kind of looks a bit like Roger Taylor.
I mean, we've got previous with Brian May, as you know. I hope he's not listening.
Too much Brian May will kill you.
Every time.
Cold iron.
Lieutenant Lamont, she confirms there was dodgy dealings going on and sabotage was afoot.
I've written some of the damage report that she reads out.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, it's as scientifically accurate as was Rotor.
Oh, good.
We get, apparently, 2 LM5000 Exxon damage.
Right.
Yeah. It was definitely sabotage. This is where she confirms that must have been sabotage.
Yeah.
They've also sabotaged the Vixen pulse drive generators. And if you know your way around a spaceship like the saboteur did, you know that's bad.
That is bad. That does sound bad.
And then obviously you just have to decrease speed. That's it. That'll sort it all out. That's the damage report. Sounds bad, but by decreasing speed, it'll be fine.
Engines blown out. The docking bay's fucked.
Yeah, people have died, but just slow down a bit.
And the commander's chair doesn't go up and down anymore.
Speaking of the chairs, they're really close together, aren't they? There's 2 chairs. Like everyone else has got their own chair that spins around, but there's a scene, multiple scenes actually, where 2 people sit next to each other, very, very close.
The commander and the captain, like they're on a train.
Yeah, but Calgon does it with MacPhearson later on. It's like they've got the same chairs in the evil headquarters. Yeah, brilliant. Which made me laugh, the fact that it's like they don't look at each other, because if they did, they'd probably kiss. That's how close the chairs are. They just look forwards, talking to each other.
Speaking of the bad guys' headquarters, MacPherson's holding a meeting with... I don't even know who these people are. He's the head engineer, so I guess they're just engineers.
Nobody knows who they are. It's like some sort of... again, we get evil music. like a cut price Imperial March style.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the meeting. How many people are there? It's like about 5.
Yeah.
There's 5 of them. They'll take over the whole ship.
And one of them, Engineer Parsons.
Yep. See, we get his name. Irrelevant, but we get his name.
He's not happy with this space mutiny and threatens to report it.
None of us are happy with space mutiny. Reb Brown.
I'm not sure why he's voicing this to a room full of people who are obviously in full support of it.
Yeah, he says it contravenes the law of the universe, the law of the galaxy, and everywhere else he can think of.
Newton's fourth law.
That's just the law. He said they must be upheld. And he says, this is mutiny and treason. He says, I must report this. And then you think, well, what's going to happen now then? They're going to go, oh, fair enough.
Yeah, I'm going,
fair enough.
I guess we'll have to let you leave.
Off you go. I guess let's put that on the back burner.
No, Ken, no. What happens is he gets beaten to death by the rest of the people in the meeting.
I like the instructions that they get given. They all grab him. They immediately just grab him. They knock a table over. One of them says, now hit him.
Yeah.
So they do. So then they all hit him as well. Like, they all just start punching him. Then they pick him up and then they put him down on the floor again, a slightly different place. Just so MacPhearson can stand astride him, grab his walking stick and penetrate him. 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
MacPhearson says, are there any of you that wish to confuse freedom with treason? And another one says, yes, me.
Yeah. No, one of them actually does say, not me. Just to confirm.
We've been in space too long. Let us land the ship. We can do it. We have the power.
It's true. We have the power to do this.
Yes.
But this would directly oppose the law of the universe, the law of the galaxy.
Forget the law.
No. The law must be upheld. We cannot break it.
Oh.
Gentlemen, it seems that we are not all in agreement. Engineer Parsons seems content to spend his remaining years upon the southern sun.
Then let him do so alone.
Yeah, that's right. This is mutiny. This is treason, which I warn you I must report.
Will you allow him to spoil your ambitions for a greater future?
Not allow that.
No. Come over here. Get over here. Hold it. Let me have it. Hold him down. Now hit it. All right, now. Hold him down. Got it. Bring him up. Okay. Right over here. Hold it. He's still alive again. Do it again. All right.
Are there any other of you that wish to confuse freedom with treason? Report to the Enforcers Bridge.
Let's go. Reinforcers. Hurry up.
You have done well. You will be rewarded.
And here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Reb Brown.
Yeah.
Dave Ryder. He walks onto the bridge. He's in his tinfoil catsuit. No sleeves, big shoulder pads, flat top blonde hair.
I've put Reb Brown is sleeveless rider, which is still better than Dave.
Yes. He's a poor man's Dolph Lundgren, to be honest, isn't he? That's the look he's going
That's
for.
when I've written Captain Scott Beavers with a question mark.
The commander, I like how he asked for his space status card.
Yeah.
Which is actually just like a little plastic, like a name tag they put into
his library ticket.
They put into the floppy disk drive of one of the most futuristic looking computers I've ever seen.
The size of like a bath.
Yes. Yeah, it's just like, who'd have thought in the future we'd go back to having massive computers like that?
I can't wait. I've still got mine from ages ago.
the big heavy monitors and the base units.
You need a whole room just to put a computer in.
His details come up on the screen, which they just seem to be his name, age, and occupation.
Yeah, Reb Brown.
Yeah.
B-movie actor.
There's no photo or anything, so, I mean, this guy could literally be anyone with Dave Ryder's ID
someone
card.
else's card.
Yeah. That's enough for Captain Santa, anyway. Well, Commander Santa, I guess, if you want to give him his actual title.
Well, you've got Captain Beavers, Commander Santa. He's way above him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Ryder says, "Can I see a video of the crash?" In which he says, "Good idea." For some reason, I don't know why it's a good idea, but then they just watch the same thing happen again.
Yeah, it's not even a video of it. It's just, again, that same fucking
it's just the graphic, isn't it? Yeah, which nothing happens.
My note is, Captain Santa gives Dave Ryder carte blanche of the entire ship.
Yeah, the ice cream.
Yeah.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
This is when Ryder explains now that he managed to eject out because of some futuristic particle.
It was a deatomizer. That's what it was. I wrote it down on this part. Yeah, deatomizer.
However, it only works over very short distances, so probably the most useless bit of tech.
And it only works on the pilot.
Yeah.
So if he is carrying a passenger, such as the Professor Spooner, of course, he's dead.
It's absolutely useless in any other scenario except that exact...
Except when he's docking.
Except that exact scenario.
Because if he is just out in the middle of space and gets shot and he has to eject, he would just explode due to pressure.
Yeah, considering he's in a fucking sleeveless tinfoil catsuit.
So what a useless thing to put into a spaceship.
Basically, you can beam from your craft into a ship as it's about to plough into you and burst into flames.
It's about 3 feet. 3 feet away.
God.
Well done, engineers. We're still working on it, buddy.
Leah arrives straight from a Zumba class, it looks like.
Yeah, she's now just wearing the same sort of leotard-esque item. She just walks straight in and says, "Tell you what, that pilot is an absolute dick. What a chicken shit prick. I hate him." That's what she says. Whoever he is, I fucking hate him and I wish he was dead. Anyway, who's this?
He says, "Hey, that's pilot chicken shit prick to you."
Leah, you had us all worried. Please, next time there's a fire, leave it to damage control. You okay?
Okay. Next time, young lady, you stay out of the way.
Dad, I was there. The pilot chickened out. Otherwise, Spooner would be alive right now.
David Ryder, I want you to meet my daughter, Leah.
Professor never had a chance. There's nothing I could have done to prevent it.
Oh, so you left him to die?
Leah! Stop it!
He ejected and he's alive!
Listen, lady.
Doctor!
Doctor! I don't have to justify my actions to you, but since you're asking, that explosion cut the power. And there wasn't time to go to the auxiliary backup system. I had to eject. I had no other choice.
Yeah, just stumbles all over his line there and just leave it in.
He's not an engineer. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
The auxiliary backup system. He stares it down for a minute and then just drops off with his head down.
Yeah.
File his report.
And Commander Santa Claus just shakes his head, just at his daughter, just shakes his head at her.
Confirming her presence on the naughty list.
Wow. That would have been great if he had have added her to it.
He just turns and it's on the wall behind him.
Yeah, anyway, Calgon. We go to Calgon now, who's just like relaxing. Just chilling out in his evil area.
Chilling out, Max, and relaxing, all cool.
Yeah, that's what MacPhearson says to him. Yeah, so he's just sat there with some woman, sort of like she's there. She's like a groupie, Calgon groupie.
Sitting with a woman on a little stool. When a couple of guys, they were up to no good.
Yeah, and so on. I'm not doing the whole fucking song. Anyway.
He blew up one
little ship and his mum got scared.
And MacPhearson got scared.
Anyway, right, yeah. So someone else comes in and says, "Commander Calgon, you may find this interesting. It's the inventory of explosives we have under our control." Which, of course, he would find interesting. He loves explosives.
Yeah, it's probably part of his job.
He should really have had that already. I mean, why is she only giving it out to him now? So he's got no idea about what explosives he's got. Anyway, that's what he gets given. And then suddenly, bridge to console 7. Bridge to console 7. And then he says, "Put it through on 5. He's like, what? Yeah, because apparently that's not even for him, that message. I thought, why the hell is he saying put it through on 5? What about 7?
Yeah.
But yeah, what he's doing is he's intercepting. He's intercepting a message from bridge to 7 on 5.
Yeah.
That's how clever he is. Cleverer than I was, because I didn't work that out.
Yeah, it's what looks like a engineering lesbian. I think it's just
he's in the engine room, and it's like it said bridge. I don't know the difference. I'm not born on a spaceship.
Yeah,
with that cruel fate that he had.
Yes, he's chatting to Lieutenant Lamont.
Lieutenant Brian May. I've. Yeah, he's like. Yeah, he's. I've just checked. Inventory. We're short on the ballistic explosives.
And there's been a paper trail that's covered it up.
Yeah.
There's also about tons of additional explosive having been ordered.
Yeah.
It should reach them in about 6 million years.
Where's they ordering the explosives from?
Exactly.
It's like a DHL just turn up. It's like that.
It's going to be quicker than this
Amazon.
massive spaceship.
Probably Amazon Prime. Next day delivery of £6 billion worth of explosives.
And Calgon, he's listening in with a look of just total rage on his face.
Yeah, this guy says, I know who it is, but I'm not going to tell you. I'll tell you what I will do. I'll come and tell you in person.
Well, he says, do you want me to tell you? And Lieutenant Brian May says, that's for the sake of security. It's probably best you don't tell me.
Never tell me.
It's probably best you don't tell me. Instead, just come up to the bridge. Just all we want you to do is give the bad guys enough time to find you and kill you first.
Yeah, it says though, don't tell me. You come to the bridge, and he says, "Okay, who shall I speak to?" He said, "Me."
Yeah.
So why don't you just ask for me? So what?
Ask for me, Lieutenant Lamont, and she's
Lieutenant Brian May. Remember, too much explosives will kill you.
Every time.
I got a horse.
Still, as Dom said, it is literally just to give the bad guys time to find this guy and kill him. And Calgon tells exactly that. He says, "You stop that engineer unless I get to him first."
Yeah, the next scene of the engineer running away from the guards is so reminiscent of Jack Nicholson running away in the Batman film. It looks the exact same place.
You get an evil laugh as well.
Yeah.
There's an evil laugh. At one point, I thought Freddy Krueger was going to come round the side of the boiler room, scratching his nails across things, but it's Calgon.
Yeah, his mouth isn't moving when he's laughing. You can throw his laugh.
Well, yeah, that's because he's evil.
Yeah.
That's one thing you have to learn.
He gives him two choices.
Yeah.
Join me or the deep freeze.
You're not sending me back to the cooler, he says.
It turns out the engineer had a third option.
Yeah.
That he's given himself.
Yeah, he says, I'll jump.
I'd rather fall to my death than just be frozen for a bit.
Yeah. He says, be my guest.
So he jumps over the rail.
He just throws him off.
To his death.
I've put it's a very big fall and a very shit landing. Because he falls. It's like, obviously, this, by the way, is just one of many, many people falling from height.
And over railings. Yeah.
So he goes over the railings. It's a really, really big fall. You get to see him fall a lot. And then the landing is like he's just jumped off a chair that's off screen. He's just off camera, just a chair. He's jumped off it and he's landed very nicely.
Yeah.
He's dead, like, you know.
A bit of blood shoots from his mouth. His glasses fly off, then reappear again as the paper just lands on his face.
Yeah, you get an evil laugh from Calgon. But then he just throws the report on top of him. But I thought that was the point. They wanted that report.
Yeah.
Because if they find that corpse, they've also found the report he was going to deliver.
They've not found any corpse ever in this place.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, they don't care.
More breakneck action next as we see Leah gardening.
Yep, she's in like a greenhouse room or something, I think they refer to it as.
Yeah.
It's just like a plants and shit.
Yeah. Ryder joins her for a little heart-to-heart.
Yeah, this is lovely. This is a lovely scene. This is where they make friends forevermore. He says, hey, this is a nice place. And she says...
sarcastic as fuck. Was that him or was that just you?
No, that was just me. And he's basically saying... I don't know. He's trying to tell her that he also knew the professor. She said, "Oh, I didn't know that." And he says, "I don't need this."
Yeah, I thought I'd blacked out and missed a line there.
And she says, "No, wait, I didn't know that you knew him." And he puts, "So what if I did? He's dead now."
Just
I don't need this, lady.
Hi. Got a nice place here. Listen, I understand how you feel.
You? How could you know how I feel?
Listen, lady, I did what I had to do. Don't you think I realized a good man died? A man I respected and loved? Hey, I don't need this.
Wait. I wasn't aware that you knew him.
What difference does it make? He's dead, and there's nothing we can do about it. Forget it. I don't need this.
Worst scene in the movie coming up now as we head to the discotheque.
Yeah, what the bloody hell? I've actually written what the fuck is this place? It's some sort of nightclub.
Yes.
There's a nightclub on board the Southern Sun.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it involves hula hoops.
Girls are hula hooping on the dance floor, and the guys, they're all wearing wife beater vests.
They're doing a bit of dancing. There's some synth music shit going on.
The first guy you see actually looks like Shooeboogie from Rotor, dancing away on the dance floor there.
Slip me them 6 digits.
Here comes Leia. She comes in for a dance. She's strutting around dancing like your mom on a night out.
Oh man, damn, my mum listens to this.
Seems like the point of the hula hoops is...
She doesn't.
It's so a man and a woman can get in the hula hoop together and gyrate their hips at each other. That's futuristic as fuck.
I used to do that in nightclubs.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's why you're not allowed in them.
Yeah, they started to search me for hula hoops.
What, the crisps?
Knives, stabbing weapons, and hula hoops were on the no-go list.
We had a quick little montage of Leia just dancing, just like an
I
idiot.
didn't realise it was her. I mean, she really has taken the death of the Professor hard, hasn't she? That she's now just dancing like a lunatic with a hula hoop on her own in the middle of a nightclub in the middle of a space station. Rubbish, absolute rubbish.
Yes, it's horrible. And Ryder's looking at her, just smiling and looking around. There's a woman just sort of lying on top of Ryder here that he ignores.
It does look like that. Yeah. I think she's just nearby. I think it's the camera angle makes it look like she's just laid on him.
Yeah,
he's not. He just doesn't even notice.
Yeah,
he's wearing a vest now.
Yeah,
he's got
they're all wearing
a small white vest, and it's either a very, very small WWF championship belt he's wearing, or a bum bag / fanny pack. I wasn't sure what it was throughout this. He doesn't use it. He doesn't put anything in it, so I'm guessing it's a belt.
I think he's the Southern Sun's world heavyweight champion. That's what I think he is.
Dave.
Yeah.
Here he is, Dave, everyone.
The sleeveless rider.
Yeah, like she points at him and stuff, and he's just kind of like, "Oh shucks, man, me."
Yeah, he's like, "Come and join me in this shit show."
Yeah, and he's just there, and it's rubbish, like a little petulant boy.
He is, isn't he?
You go over for a handshake.
Yeah, because she comes over to speak to him, and he sort of turns his back on her, and
like, "Oh no, not you!"
and just like looks down at his empty glass when he's speaking. When she's speaking to him,
she says, "Can I buy you a drink?" And he says, "Well, it depends, doesn't it?" "Oh yeah, can a lady buy a man a drink?" And he says, "Well, it depends on who it is and
if I'm willing to accept it.
Yeah, and if he wants a drink and stuff."
She says, "Is a woman allowed to buy a man a drink in your galaxy?"
And he says, "Fuck off." Yeah. And headbutts her.
Yeah.
How's that for the galaxy, Leia?
Yeah. And they decide to start again and introduce themselves to each other one more time.
One more time. That comes on. Off she goes with a hula hoop.
Yeah, so does he.
Yeah,
he's got 2 hula hoops.
Yeah, he's got one for each arm. He's just stood arms outstretched, spinning them. Then he's on his back. He's got 2 on each foot.
Yeah. Lieutenant Lamont, as is so often the case when me and Ken go out, she notices Brian May over in the corner. And she's being ushered out.
He's doing a guitar solo, isn't he, in the corner?
She's being ushered out by ski mask goons.
Yeah.
And,
looks like she's been arrested.
They go to investigate.
Yeah. Let's go see. That's what it is. What, you know her? That's what they say, even though they both fucking know her. They've both seen her. She's been in the room with them. Yeah.
It's Brian May. She's being shown to Calgon, who's in his bumper car. He says that you were talking to...
I don't know if we got his name, actually. Maybe he's the only character without a name.
I think he does give his full name when he's talking.
I wish I'd written that down.
Yeah, he says you were talking to him, and Brian May says, "That's my business." And Calgon says, "Well, now it's mine," or something like that, and shoots her.
Just shoots her
just
dead.
Outside the disco.
Just lasers her dead and then leaves her body. That's probably the only body that is found.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they immediately find her.
Yeah.
Because they're following her.
Yeah, because they exit the club, see that Brian May's dead on the floor, and the bumper car is only about a foot away because it's about slow it is.
I like the fact that they look for who could have done this. There they go. Yeah, they find him. There they go, very, very slowly driving off.
About 2 miles an hour these things go. And instead of just a brisk walk to catch up to them, they decide to get in another one of these bumper cars.
It's Enforcer 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Calgon's in Enforcer 4.
Yes.
In this point. He was in Enforcer 1 the first time we saw him. So I don't know if he's got his own Enforcer vehicle or whether it's just whatever's at the docking bay.
Whatever's at the kiosk.
Whatever's nearest.
Yeah. It's one of the slowest chase scenes in history. Calgon...
lots of laser firing, lots of things just sort of like steamed a bit.
Yeah, Calgon's laughing his dick off at one point.
Lots of damage. I think it's the same corridor a couple of times that they drive down shooting at each other.
Leia has a laser bazooka at one point.
It's like a small one, isn't it? It's like a little small bazooka.
Yeah.
Which you'd think you could fire just from waist height, but they use it as a bazooka over their shoulder. Yeah,
the special effects things on the floor that fire off the smoke and stuff like that are just visible throughout the whole thing.
Yep.
No, even like they didn't even want to try and hide those.
I didn't notice because I was
enthralled.
I was enthralled with Calgon laughing at everything.
Yeah, he manages to get away.
Yeah, that's because a huge pipe falls across their path and it blocks them. It blocks the chase, to which Dave shouts, "Shit! Son of a bitch!" Yeah, because that's cool, because he's very frustrated about that. It's like a kid's film, but he will occasionally swear, which catches you off guard.
Shit! Son of a bitch!
I like how Ryder at this, but it's only at this point now that he works out that his crash was no accident.
Yeah, he does say that,
yeah. They just need to find the man in charge.
But who was in charge? It was like, wasn't it the guy you were just chasing?
Yeah.
Surely it'll be him, wouldn't it?
Yeah, he's on an enforcer. He's probably one of the enforcers, you'd have thought. They head to see the commander. That's what they decide on, but not before more explosions, more bazooka fire, people flying off railings.
It's a henchman ambush. Lots of falling from height. Accuracy levels awful from the enforcers, incredible from Dave.
Yeah, I like how just the entire discotheque floor just gets fucking blown up and no one seems to care. Captain Devers, he's walking through the bridge and we see Brian May.
Yeah, she's back, isn't it? I wrote that down. But what the fuck is she doing back where she was previously?
She was dead, but now she's fine.
Yeah, and no one's even noticed. No one's noticed that she's even still in the scene.
Yeah,
but she is. She's sat in exactly the same place she was earlier. She is dead, though. I think it was just a mistake.
The commander suggests that this sabotage is something to do with their navigational course. And that whoever's behind this is trying to drive them towards pirate territory.
The Corona Borealis.
He has his suspicions on who's behind it, but asks Devers to, and I quote, "keep this top classified secret." That's what he actually said.
That's a real level of classified.
Super duper top classified super secret.
Do you really believe, sir, that this act of sabotage has got something to do with our navigational course?
Yeah, I'm convinced. This proves it. I think they want to drive us into the neighboring constellation.
Alphaca. The constellation of the Corona Borealis. Pirate territory.
Precisely.
Sir, we have to find out who's behind this. Any ideas, Commander?
Yes. You know, Captain, it's always very dangerous to speculate.
Yes, sir.
So it would have to be somebody on this ship who can gain by this.
Stand to gain.
That leaves us with what?
The Flightmaster? The Enforcer?
Very perilous for everyone on board. We do not make wild accusations. So we keep this top classified secret.
I mean, that's easier said than done when you got Ryder and Leia blowing up everything around them on the ship and killing at least 20 people.
Yeah, we get a little interruption though now as they meet a lovely old man who's just lonely.
I call this the film's Bladerunner moment.
He just asks, I'll show you around.
Yeah.
It was like a cup of tea.
No, thank you.
All that sort of stuff. He's a lovely old gent.
Ryder says they need to go, but Leia says this looks interesting, so fuck it, I guess.
Yeah, he's got bodies hanging from the ceiling, this old bloke.
Yeah.
He's not as nice as he seems.
Yeah, like on coat racks.
Yeah, he says that it's just a personal collection. What? You fucking nuts or what?
I like how no one's aware of this. Like, how could this be on the ship without no one knowing about it?
Apparently, Calgon's killed 38 enforcers because they were unadaptable.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure all their families and stuff are fine with that. There's no one said, hang on, where the hell's my partner?
Yeah, they said everyone else is dead or frozen. There's about 200 in total men, so he could just be killing up to 200 people and nobody notices. As soon as they become an enforcer, everyone forgets they exist, apparently.
If they're redeemable, they're frozen.
Yeah.
If they're not, they're ejected into space.
Yeah, unnoticed by everyone.
Turns out Calgon he's cultivated his own army of 200 soldiers.
That's a lot.
To do his bidding. No one's noticed this.
No. They're good. It's top secret. Top super secret classified.
No one's noticed corpses just floating past the windows just of their relatives. This massive spaceship.
Just while they're sitting down for dinner.
Yeah.
There's Daddy.
Like the corpse from Prometheus at the beginning.
like Schwarzenegger in Total Recall. With the big bug eyes floating past.
Yeah. The old guy, he thanks them for stopping by and leaves.
Yeah, he just says, do call again.
Leah tells Ryder that what Calgon has done has broken intergalactic law.
Oh, man, there's all kinds of laws being broken in this.
This means it's mutiny. This is space mutiny.
He said it! He said it!
Leah suggests they call for help, and Ryder tells her Calgon he's probably already scrambled the computers, so they don't even attempt it.
Yeah, so let's just get weapons. Let's just get some weapons for us.
I like how they suddenly just start sprinting out the room.
Yeah, but they fool everyone by hiding behind a door as well. Everyone just runs past the door. They go the other way without
they're
even
not
looking.
Even behind the door. They're to the left of the door.
They're just to the other side.
And they just walk in and instantly look the opposite way and run. It only usually works on Scooby-Doo, but it's working here as well. Calgon asks the old man if he's seen a man and a woman before. It's quite vague.
Nope. Oh, yes. Hang on. Yes, a charming couple. This is one of the first incidents of Calgon using the derogatory term idiot. And then he uses it almost every time he speaks from here on in. He shouts idiot and he knocks the cup of tea from the kindly old gentleman's
with his
hand.
gun.
Yeah, he's not having any of it.
He calls this old man an idiot. He calls him... there's a man who gets shot with a bazooka.
Oh, I've written that down. He's fully on fire and he gets called an idiot.
He's fully on fire on the stairs there, burning to death, and Calgon calls him an idiot and just knocks him out the way. You idiot.
Oh, I love Calgon. He's
fully on fire.
He's very strict. He just needs what he wants doing. That's it. There's nothing else.
He sounds the alarm after this talk to the old man. There's more running, more shouting. Go, 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 go.
More lasers, more explosions.
People falling over
some
railings.
Methane tanks are there.
Some do somersaults when they're shot.
Yeah.
You know, those like launch pad things?
Yeah, they get shot and they run forwards and jump off railings.
Yeah, you know, like in like Rambo where he's got the explosive dart arrows,
yeah.
And they do the big flip through the air. There's a lot of that in this. Now, yeah, as Ken says, Ryder shoots. He shoots the methane canisters. They're just sitting around.
Yeah, you'd have them just sat there.
Yeah, it's a distraction to allow them to escape. And Calgon just calls off the pursuit. And they all very, very nonchalantly just walk away.
Yeah, it's like fair dues.
He just sort of like pats Flash Gordon on the back there as well as they leave, like he's done a really good job.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
My next note, Ken, I can't really remember what it means. Santa watches Balerian porn.
Yeah, I know what it means. They're all doing a dance. The Balerians. The Balerian ladies are doing a bit of a dance. And talking to Santa through mind control.
Telekinesis.
2 words for you. She introduces herself as, I am Janira, the 14th High Priestess of the Tripto lineage.
Nice.
Thank you, I wrote it down. Yeah, I actually listened to it about 3 times to find out exactly what she was talking about. None of that's explained. No one cares what the Tripto lineage is, to be honest with you. But this is where he appears to be kind of biblical, like Noah, or it's like all God himself from Clash of the Titans, sitting there. I've written porno as well.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe I just thought it.
She pushes him in the chest until her hands go red.
Yeah, red glow to heart. And then she says, "You must know the truth. You must face Calgon."
Yeah, and the captain says, "I now know how to defeat Calgon and his evil." This is 40 minutes into a 90-minute film. And we already know how to defeat the bad guy.
Yeah, he says, "Fair enough, I will."
And this is the only time you'll see a main character with one of the Balerians.
Yeah, I don't know how she got there.
Don't know how he got there.
How did any of us get here?
Am I money?
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
The commander, he actually knows fuck all, as it turns out, because he calls a top classified secret super meeting.
Yeah, I've called this conference. There's 6 people.
Yeah.
6 people in this conference. And one of them, I don't know who it was. And it looks like he vanishes at the end of the conference, but I think it's just the blocking. I think he's just behind everyone else. He's a character that doesn't actually get a name or any lines, but he is in it a couple of times, sort of like looking around.
Yeah.
But I think it's the same guy anyway. But you've got, obviously you've got the commander. You've got Dave. You've got Beavers. You've got the Beavers. You've got... Who else is in this meeting? Leia's in it for some reason.
And I say he knows fuck all because he's got the bloody traitor in there as
you've got bloody Limping Drago. You've got MacPhearson.
Yeah.
He's in it because he doesn't know who he is. And then you've got this random bloke sat at the other side.
I mean, luckily for Santa and the rest of the crew, he excuses himself early on in the meeting for no benefit to himself or Calgon. You would have thought he should have stayed through the whole thing to hear what they were saying, but he leaves.
This is where MacPhearson just says, "This is ridiculous. He can't be overthrown. He would have planned this down to the last detail."
Yeah, so
he's not just done this now, has he? He's been planning it for ages, you bunch of idiots. Jesus Christ, don't you know Calgon? He's a great man. Still, good luck.
And leaves.
I'm still on your side.
That is ridiculous.
No, but he does then just get up and leave.
Yeah, he's probably planned it for ages, so why even bother trying to stop him?
And this is 42 minutes. I've got this. This is one thing I wanted you to listen to. When he stands up to leave, I think he farts in the Commander Jensen's face. There's one for your sound bites.
You think he's just dreamt up the scheme overnight? He's been planning this mutiny, and he's worked out all the details. And you can count on it that he's got all of his men behind him. Now, Commander, I've done all the talking I intend to do. So if you'll please excuse me.
You're excused. Thank you.
Ryder, he gets appointed as top classified super secret flight commander of the Southern Sun.
Yeah, and everyone goes, "Hooray! Well done." And then the commander walks directly into the camera.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
So he gets given flight commander of the Southern Sun because he's done such a good job, because he's successfully killed Professor Spooner, allowed Lieutenant Lamont to be killed at the disco, nearly getting his daughter blown up numerous times, and then letting the bad guy escape. That's enough for him to be promoted to flight
Congratulations, Dave.
Jesus Christ, what an idiot. The commander makes an announcement to everyone on board.
It's beautiful at this point. We get some lovely, touching family scenes, don't we, of actual other people on the Southern Sun spaceship.
Yeah, we get confirmation there's at least 3 other people living on this spaceship.
Yeah. That's lovely.
Just kids like playing and parents sitting on sofas.
Just listening to the announcement of Elijah Calgon. We get his name, his full name. He's called Elijah.
Yeah, he says that Elijah Calgon and his men are responsible for all the murder, the mayhem that probably everyone else is totally unaware of.
Someone's doing some nunchuck skills as well. There's like in a dormitory of men.
Dormitory of men?
Yes. One of them's doing nunchuck skills whilst this announcement's going on. Yeah, just don't use him at all. You just I forgot about him. Yeah, he was really good. Yeah, we should have used him instead of Dave.
The commander says that Calgon has been relieved of his duties, and the duties have been given to Ryder. We see Calgon and MacPhearson. They're sitting together, as Ken alluded to.
Very closely. They're listening to it as well. This is all news to them as well, because MacPhearson just pissed off before any of this got announced. He could have been already aware of this, Calgon, if MacPhearson hadn't have just needed to fart.
Yeah, I go for a tom tit. It seems that they're just in the enforcer's offices, so he's hardly in hiding, is he, Calgon?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought they know where he is. I think he's only hide. It's a spaceship. You're all on it. So why don't we just go get him?
It seems I've underestimated him, is what Calgon says about Ryder.
Mm-hmm.
And then Limping Drago says, "It's true, Calgon. They've uncovered even the smallest details of our well-laid plans. The survivor of that Viper pilot Dave Ryder and his winning ways with Alex Jensen and his meddling daughter have caused us nothing but grief."
His winning ways.
His winning ways. That's what he says, isn't it?
Yeah, I wrote that down as well, yeah. Curse him and upon him.
I like how they pat themselves on the back with their well-laid plans.
Yeah.
Their plan was to blow up the docking bay so no one could get in or out, but did it during a pirate siege. So there's multiple witnesses everywhere and got found out almost instantly because the old guy running the deep freeze is somehow in on the whole fucking plan and told Ryder and Leia all of it. Not to mention killing the fucking lieutenant right outside the busiest disco in
front
town.
Of everyone. The only disco, as far as we know.
And then to top it off, to escape, he jumps on your mum's vacuum cleaner and off he fucks.
He does it himself.
Jesus.
Calgon going to pretend that he was oblivious to the whole thing and he'll have his men executed for treason. But he's there. He's doing it himself. His men are practicing nunchucks in a dormitory.
Fucking ridiculous. Why the hell did he do it himself? Yeah, that's a good point. He's got 200 men. He had to do it himself.
Well, he just likes an evil laugh, doesn't he?
Well,
it's different when you're watching it.
I love this fucking add-on that makes no difference at all. MacPhearson says that it was one of Ryder's Viper Squadron many years ago who left him with this, and then there's a close-up of his walking stick.
It was like a gift.
Guess what I thought? It's like, oh, he left him a walking stick.
He just bought him a stick because of his limp.
It seems more thoughtful than anything.
Why would the Viper Squadron be shooting at their own men then? That's never made sense. Why have they made him limp?
I also like the fact that it wasn't Ryder himself, but someone else from his squadron that never gets mentioned.
Surely, many years ago, it wasn't anything to do with Ryder at all, because he's not that old.
No.
He's not old enough to have been in the Viper Squadron since he was 6.
Calgon says Ryder must be destroyed.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. Find Ryder. Yeah, and then he also walks nearly at the camera, but sort of like deviates at the end because he's like, that would hurt.
He does this a lot as well. He tells MacPhearson to locate them, then await further instruction.
Because I'll come and do it myself personally and not utilise any of my men.
I like how he's saying go and find Ryder. Ryder's saying we need to find Calgon, but they're both in the most obvious places that they would be.
Yeah.
Ryder's at the bridge and Calgon's in his office.
Ryder's in the good guys area and Calgon's in the baddies.
Yeah.
Anyway, no time for that. Champagne time!
Woo!
Hooray! Someone's trying to kill us all. Let's have some champagne.
Hooray!
Yeah, someone's trying to blow us to bits.
Champagne and cocktails.
Drink anyone?
It's to celebrate Ryder's new position as the super top secret flight commander.
Yeah, everyone's involved. They're loving it.
Ryder asks where Leia is, and Commander Santa tells him that she'll be in the gardens.
We used to change flight commanders every day.
Well, David.
Cheers.
It's a great honor serving you and your ship, the Southern Sun.
Here's to you, David.
And happiness?
That's what it's all about.
Commander, where's Leah?
Leah. David, I think you'll find her in her usual place.
The greenhouse. Excuse me.
Yes. Well, Captain, can you remember when you were that young? Be damned if I can.
We cut to Ryder and Leia having some sex on AstroTurf, which looks like it's probably not that pleasant.
It's incredibly erotic, isn't it? We get the camera
incredibly
angle.
abrasive, that surface.
The camera angle is through a sort of like a wheel on a boiler, which is super sexy.
Yeah.
And they're just like on the floor.
There's some
just on the floor near some plants.
There's some pillow talk about docking bays, which in
there is actually some pillows as well. So
Yeah.
you're right. You're right to use that. They've got some pillows just on the floor. Like,
Yeah.
what are they doing in the greenhouse? He says that it's nice there, and she says this is my special place, and he says mine's the docking bay. Yeah, and it was just like, What, you mean where the professor just died?
Yeah.
Yeah, where you just exploded, the professor. My friend, the professor.
And Ryder says, I'd like to see the state of your docking bay.
And she says, right after I look at your greenhouse.
Right after I look at your little dick and balls, she says. She doesn't really get nuance.
Yeah, she's not down with lingo, double entendre or anything like that. Yeah, she says, show me your cock. And he says, I was. It's amongst the foliage. Get your green fingers on that. Yeah, it's the whole scene there. That's, I think it was edited for the final cut.
We were handed the script to do some doctoring to it, and not everything we wrote made it in.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
We get the pirates, don't we, over the intercom to the commander.
Yeah, what I like is it says, you have breached enemy territory. Oh, no, they're in enemy territory. They're saying this is our territory. Surrender immediately or be blown to astral dust. And then they open fire. So they really did mean immediately. Because even if they'd had time to say, okay,
yeah,
they're under fire. So surrender earlier is what they should have said. We get a battle stations, everyone. The leotard lady, she runs past again, just wearing like spandex. Everyone else has got a uniform, she hasn't. We get laser blasts. It's just an all-out war. Commander Jensen, he's still dreaming, saying, even in these circumstances, I hate violence. He said, well, what else can we do? Just die. We could all just blow up, shall we then, Commander?
Yeah, the captain. So that's it, is it? That's your fucking command, is it?
So what should we do then? Just explode?
I like how Calgon and MacPhearson are nodding and smiling at each other. So what their plan is to be blown up by the pirates?
I've written their plan is to be blown up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the commander, he hates violence so much that he personally fires 2 missiles that destroy the entire pirate ship.
So why didn't you do that in the first place, Commander?
Yeah, Calgon's not happy because obviously his plan was to be destroyed along with everyone else. And then champagne! More champagne!
Ryder holds court over about 5 or 6 engineers here.
And the angle at which he does it makes them all look like Oompa Loompas.
Yeah, they do the little cheering.
Yeah, they're tiny. He's like really, really high above them all.
I like how these people are engineers who work on repairing the ship's engines, blah, blah, blah. Ryder says bollocks to that. I'm splitting you into 3 groups. One of you, you're making weapons. Group 2, you're soldiers. And Group 3, get me some food.
Yeah, you'll be on supplies and shit.
Yeah, it's the easiest group.
But he doesn't actually say which is which.
No.
So they could all just do like to say, okay, well, I'll be in 1, you could be in 3. No soldiers whatsoever. So only Group 2 will be killed.
Yeah.
Because the other 2 are not facing direct combat.
And there's only 6 people, so Group 2, you would have thought would have 2 people in it. He's going to war with 2 people. 2 people making weapons and 2 people getting food.
Yeah, well, I mean, a bit later on he says, no, I'm going to do this alone.
Yeah,
against
probably been
200.
killed.
He's already told us there's 200 of them.
Probably killed instantly. And it seems the plan, here's the plan, Ken, you ready? The plan is to seal themselves inside the engine room so that they never let them take control of the Southern Sun.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's the greatest plan.
Oh, yeah, but he follows it up with, let's kick some ass.
Let's get out and kick some ass.
See? So that is the greatest plan because they all go like that. Yeah!
And he goes, come on!
And they all start whooping and hollering.
They do.
Yeah.
To all on board, congratulations. We have successfully defended the Southern Sun against the latest pirate attack. But we must now focus on internal problems.
May I have your attention, please? The officers of the watch, please form 3 groups. The first group is going to be responsible for making weapons. The second group is going to act as soldiers. The third group is responsible for getting food and supplies. I suggest we close off all entries and exits to the engine room. We're going to hold out here and never let them take over the Southern Sun. Let's get out there and kick some ass!
I like how Leah's in the garden and Calgon just fucking waltzes in right up to me with no...
No one's even said, hang on, that's Calgon, isn't it? Are we all supposed to be looking for him?
Yeah. There's no security whatsoever, is there, to be honest?
No, but she's not happy. She says she gives him some back chat, but he shuts her down with, "You're more attractive with your mouth shut."
Yeah.
Which is not really true. She's not overly attractive at all. But we get more evil laughter.
And Calgon, he shows the commander, Leia, in a video message and gives him, he's talking about surrender now, he gives him 12 hours to surrender the bridge.
Yeah.
John Leia will be jettisoned into space.
Commander, he lives by the sword. This is Beavers. Beavers gives him that.
Beavers has a lot of this, doesn't
Yeah, he lives by the sword. He's evil. He's ruthless. Only one man.
That's what I was about to say. Beavers says, he drops the bombshell to the commander that there is only one man capable of combat on the whole bloody ship.
The rest of them are shit.
The rest of them are
The rest
engineers.
of them are absolutely bloody useless.
Get me Dave Ryder.
Yeah. Cool Rider. That's what they needed then.
Yeah, Ryder he just chokes out a guard straight away.
Yeah, some paintball mask, hasn't he? He's got a paintball mask on.
Yeah, he does the shittest door kick I've ever seen.
He snaps the guy's neck, yeah. And it's like a big swing door, isn't it? Like a two thing door.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be metal, but
Yeah,
it turns.
He kicks it really.
He's too far away from it,
Yeah.
so he gets no.
Yeah,
like-
he's got no effort onto that.
Yeah,
It's
once
just
he
sort of
hits
like
it-
slowly opens.
Yeah, and it's the front bit is supposed to be metal, but when it turns, you can see that it's wood. It's just like a set.
Yeah, he's being chased now by more paintball guys.
I put why are they even wearing those? What's the positives of those masks?
I don't know.
Just fucking paintball
I've
masks.
written quite a lot about those masks actually in the next few bits.
There's a scene of him fighting two guards, and it's fucking awful.
I've written it's an amazing fight sequence.
Yeah, it's
which is
fucking hell.
sarcastic.
Yeah.
A bloody awful fight.
It really makes you appreciate people like Scott Adkins who can act and
who
also
can do
fight his
stuff.
fucking bollocks off. Whereas this guy can barely turn his head and his
He
fist
can
at the same
barely
time.
throw a punch.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
Fucking
bit of a
Jesus.
knees to face, you know, after he's bent them double with a quick solar plexus punch.
Yeah, there's knee to knee at one point, which looked fucking painful for both of them. Calgon gets out his high-intensity probing laser
Yes, he does, yeah.
to show Leia.
Whilst Leia's on a single strap around the waist gurney,
Yeah.
which means she could still fully sit up. But they have people holding her down as well.
Calgon throws a bit of shade at Leia here.
Mm.
He says, "It works not unlike ancient dental equipment. Not that you'd know anything about that." Just like, all right, okay, now.
Yeah, why would she? Why would anybody on that ship know anything about ancient dental equipment for it to be an insult?
Yeah, not that you'd know anything about it.
Yeah, act like a dentist from the 20th century for once in your life, Leia.
He wants her father's flight contingency plans, is it?
Yeah.
Countermeasures?
Yeah. How are you going to stop us from blowing everybody up? Tell me! It's like, well, Dave. That's pretty much the plan so far, Dave.
I like how Leia screams, "Bastard!"
Yeah, you bastard. She says it twice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she gets higher the second time.
Yeah.
So she really does go for, "You bastard!"
Let me introduce you to the high-intensity probing laser. I do have one weakness. Pain. Other people's. Now, I'm going to use this laser on one of your teeth. It works not unlike ancient dental equipment. Not that you'd know anything about that.
Bastard.
Now, how about your father's contingency plans?
There's more shots of Ryder and his shit fighting.
He bangs on a door for quite a long time, actually, whilst there's two guys inside. And eventually one of them just goes, "Hang on a minute, I'm just going to see who that is." When he opens the door, it's bloody Dave. Beats the shit out of them both.
Yeah.
So never answer the door if they're banging like that.
He puts on a guard uniform, but not the mask, so what's the
I've
point?
written that. What's these whole disguises? He just changes clothes.
but
you can
he's-
still see it's Dave.
No one looks like him on the ship besides him, so why the hell would that be a good idea?
Yeah, I've written no mask. That's why you have the masks, you see.
Yeah.
Anyway, Calgon's powering on the laser tooth. He's simply going to just laser one tooth from Leia.
It shouldn't seem that uncomfortable.
No. And then he says, I don't feel a thing, and treats us to an evil laugh. There it is, yeah.
MacPhearson turns up, which stops the torture. He tells Calgon that he's going back to the engine room in case they miss him.
He tells him that he's leaving. Hi, Calgon, I'm out of here.
Yeah. Calgon goes with him, though, to be fair.
Yeah, he says, all right, I'll see you out.
And he leaves Leia in the hands of Kyle Gass from the rock band Tenacious D.
Yeah, a guy called Joseph.
Joseph.
We get to meet Joseph. He's got a monitor malfunction, so he calls Murray. He must be on IT. Yeah, he calls Murray and says, I've got a monitor malfunction here. And he says, all right, I'll pencil you in for next week. He says, next week? It's really urgent. Yeah, this is actually true. We're not just making this bit up. And he says, all right, I'll try and get there. I'll do anything I can to help you out, buddy. Meanwhile, Reb Brown's running around.
Out of breath.
Dave, yeah. I put that. Maybe do cardio next week, eh? Hey, Dave.
Just heavy breathing through the whole thing.
He's really, really struggling, isn't he?
You never see Arnie or Sly out. I mean, Sly out of breath when he's training for Rocky, but Stallone isn't panting heavily and with his hands on his knees. I mean, like Reb Brown is.
Schwarzenegger was literally the running man.
Yeah.
It's literally all he did.
Yeah.
And this guy's just run a bit, and he's just like, which they all left in as well. They left that in. They didn't cut that out.
And Leia immediately starts flirting with Kyle Gass.
Yeah, because she can sit up because she's got a single strap in the middle of the bloody gurney.
Yeah, it's just luckily this guy's a complete idiot.
Yeah. No, she's just like that. Hey, you. And he does the, huh? Me? Even though he's the only one there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it gets closer still. And then she starts just kissing his chin, which is weird. But he likes it. Then Joseph, she convinces Joseph to take off his trousers.
What if she's his whole uniform because it's a fucking boiler suit?
Yeah, and he's uncuffed her and everything, so he's an absolute bloody idiot.
He's got his uniform around his ankles and she tells him to remove her shoe.
Yeah, he then says, Shooeboogie.
Yeah,
shoe. Slip me them 6 digits.
He's calling for the power of Shooeboogie to help him get through this.
That's how you get through situations like that.
Say, baby, slide me them 7 digits.
And as he's removing her shoe, she just kicks him to the floor and grabs the gun, and there he is lying sprawled with his uniform around his ankles like a total jackass.
Yeah.
Ryder arrives and they point the gun at each other, a little smile. Leia zips up her top and says, "What took you so long?" Ryder's out of breath.
Yeah, and he says, fucking knackered.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't got to drink. You ain't got to have a lot of some water or something.
Yeah, Ryder suggests taking Kyle Gass's uniform, which somehow fits Leia perfectly.
Yeah, I've put Joseph's clothes fit her perfectly.
And off they go for the final showdown. As KG, Kyle Gass is tied to the console and screaming his head off. Calgon's told over the radio they've escaped, and he gets all his men out looking for them.
Yeah, it's they're at level 17. They've been spotted at level 17, apparently. There's lots of levels. The alarms, the siren, that goes off. Reinforcements headed, the alarm goes off.
Lots of running and screaming up corridors by them.
Dave has a quick look around the corner. He says, okay, it looks clear. And as soon as they step out, they get shot at because it's not fucking clear at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's loads of bad guys there, you fool.
Yeah, they destroy what looks to be a lovely buffet that Calgon's put on for them, which is a shame. They escape the buffet through the only other door in the room, and that's enough for the new lot of guards who turn up to get on the radio and say they've lost them.
Yeah, Calgon, we've lost them. Guess what he says?
Calgon, we've lost them.
Idiot!
Idiot!
And then he drives away in his little buggy.
I do say Calgon now spends the rest of the movie calling his guards idiots.
Yeah.
Every time they fail, from his little baby buggy that he's sat in.
Well, now then, right, we mentioned this earlier, but now they do actually put the masks on. Okay, so they put the masks on, and it's like, good, now you can be fine. And then the first person they walk past says, hey, I need to see your ID. So they punch him in the face, take their masks off again.
Yeah,
so this didn't work.
That's the end. That's the end of trying the masks.
Punches him, shoots him, takes the masks off. Didn't work after all. No one's ever asked for ID of any of the other guards. It was just these two.
Probably because one of the guards is in high heels, to be honest.
Clacking around the place.
Yeah, and Leia in high heels and a paintball mask can still beat up at least 3 of these guys. So
quite right, too.
Who the fuck's trained these two?
Calgon, he gets back to HQ, and as he walks in, he just pushes some old bloke out of the way, which I really liked. Just on his way in. Doesn't speak, just walks in, pushes him out of the way. Yeah, it amused me. I like that bit.
He tells Flash Gordon to kill Kyle Gass. Such is his anger that the fact that 200 of his men cannot stop Ryder and Leia.
He says I'm, I don't know, surrounded by incompetence or something, undermined by my own disciples.
Hoisted by my own petard.
It would be great if he threw that in. Then he says, where is that idiot? Meaning Joseph, of course. Then he just says, kill him.
Yeah,
kill him. Whatever.
Leia and Ryder, they just stroll back to the bridge.
Yeah, there's another red alert now, and there's another siren that goes off, even though it was already going off.
Sirens up the wazoo.
At this point, people seem to wake up in this dormitory of men, which I believe is dragon sound. I think they're waking up from the Miami connection. There's a guy who gets up, has got long curly hair and a moustache.
Listen to me!
He says over the tannoy. Yeah.
I thought they were all orphans. That's what.
That's how they all became the enforcers.
That's what MacPhearson says to Calgon.
Yeah. Well, this is the point where we learn that MacPherson's a traitor. Not beforehand. We only learn this now, or the characters learn this now.
Because they tell the commander.
Yeah, he's so shocked. He repeats everything they say back to them.
He doesn't believe it. He refuses to believe it, despite the fact Leia says that he was there.
Mm.
She saw it with her own eyes.
Yeah, he repeats it all back. Ryder says, just let me do my thing.
Yeah.
Leia, of course, says, oh, no, I think it's Beavers. Beavers
and Leia say.
Beavers says, I'm coming with you.
Leia's like, me too.
She says, me too. Dave says, I'd rather do it alone. Then we get the line, as you please, Dave.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck, does he?
Which is
captain.
A stupid line. That's not heroic. As you please, Dave. One of the old films I made in the 70s.
Yeah, I remember that one. I was about to say that, yeah.
Yeah, Leia, you also stay here.
Yeah.
That's the instruction, and off he fucks.
Yeah.
That's the end of that.
It didn't take much convincing to stop Commander Beavers
fair enough.
from helping. He's like, yeah, all right then. To be honest with you, how shit these guards are, I don't blame him.
Yeah, I could have done it.
Damn you, whispers MacPhearson as Ryder turns up. I think, is he trying to escape MacPhearson? He seems to be trying to get somewhere quite quickly.
I don't know. He's got a limp. He can't go quickly.
Ryder calls him a sneaky little shit.
Yeah. Calgon says we're going in, and then like everyone walks into each other. It's like, when everyone's like trying to really quickly get to a different place, like it's red alert. They just all walk into each other. Lots of running.
This is one of my favourite death scenes coming up now. There's a guy and he's dressed like Ace Frehley, the spaceman from Kiss. He turns up and he's calling to Ryder pathetically that we're being attacked from above.
Yes, yeah, he is, yeah.
And Calgon shoots him in the back, which propels him forward over the railings.
Yeah.
It's such a ridiculous looking
death. But he
death.
almost lands on MacPhearson. He's very close to landing on MacPhearson, actually. Yeah, we get more lasers, more running.
He gets into a frickin' laser fight with Calgon and his men on the scaffolding. At one point, actually, Ryder shatters the glass, like there's a glass dial, shatters it on the tank. It goes straight into Jack Nicholson's face, and he flies over the railings into a vat of chemicals.
Jack's dead, my friend. The next time he says.
I thought it was supposed to be a sealed off area. Everyone's there.
Dave's got his laser gun shot out of his own hand.
Shooeboogie dies as well. Do you see him? He runs in and gets shot.
He dances his way to death.
Yeah. I like how it cuts to the captain. It cuts to the captain with this line. He's watching it on the screen. He's like, so many young lives wasted. War. Always...
Yeah. Shut up, Beavers.
Always brings out the worst in men. Or in man. I don't know. I feel like I've failed. I mean, he's let his flight commander cultivate a 200-plus man army to overthrow him and sell the entire population of the spaceship into slavery, but...
Been attacked twice by pirates since we've seen it.
Yeah.
God knows how often that used to happen.
Yeah, his lieutenant's dead, and there's been bazooka fights at the disco.
Professor's dead. His guest of honour's died before we even saw him.
And he didn't even realise any of this until about 10 minutes ago. So, yes, you have failed, Santa. Santa has failed us.
Yeah, MacPhearson is very, very quickly limping down some stairs to the point of him nearly falling down them. Then he turns and shoots his own men who've run past him, still thinking he's a good guy. No more.
I like Ryder here. Someone has a flamethrower.
Yeah, what's the...
Seems implausible on in the engine room.
They're so high, right? The railings are like, it's like about 4 stories up. The flamethrower has a limited range, whereas the lasers don't. So why would you think flamethrowers what I'll have?
From the ground floor.
Yeah, from on the floor. Yeah, so that's useless, but someone does have it. They're still firing. And then Calgon gets shot dead.
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it?
He's like, what? Yeah, he's just down. Calgon's down. And I was thinking, is that just somebody else who's got slick back hair and looks a bit like
I
him?
thought that too. I put a question mark over that. I like Ryder. He runs up to the guy with the flamethrower and he says, engine room, move, hurry, get out of here, let's get out of here to the engine room, move.
All you guys get back to the engine room! Move! All right, get out of here! Let's get out of here! Back to the engine room! Move!
Yeah, and then takes the flamethrower off him.
Yeah, he just starts flamethrowing in random directions. He flamethrows the wall at one point.
At one point, he's running off with the flamethrower behind him, just firing behind him. He doesn't even look at what he's doing. It could be Leia for all we know. So he's just running off.
I put Calgon take some shrapnel.
Yeah, well, stupid hair, the Mohawk guy, he turns up and just says...
Cockerel tits,
and
as
says,
I call
them. Because Dave has put fire everywhere. So, so he just says... We can't go that way. It's a waste of time. Calgon's dead. Let's get out of here. And they all go, okay. So they just all stop fighting and walk off.
Yeah, and they'll just leave.
Which is a weird time for Leia to suddenly see Dave on camera and go and like find him.
Yeah,
because like he was under a lot more attack like before. But no, she's like, I'm going. And then Beavers. And I'm pretty sure this isn't right, but you can play the sound bite. He says, come back. And then the Commander Jensen says, really, Debbie? You can't stop love. I don't know what he says. I'm pretty sure he's not calling him Debbie. But that's what it sounded like. And I watched it 3 times to see what it could be. Maybe when you said Devers, maybe he changed his name to Devers at that point.
Yeah.
But it sounded like he said, really, Debbie?
I mean, Devers sounds like a 90s radio DJ, doesn't it?
It doesn't sound like Debbie either.
It's the breakfast show with
Captain Devers.
Leah, come back.
Forget it, Debbie. You can't stop love.
MacPhearson, meanwhile, he's now just laying back, chilling out, and casually shooting people.
Why is he on the ground?
He's got a bad leg. I don't know. He just looks like he's lounging around the place, just casually, one arm with a gun, just shooting randomly.
Ryder screams before each gunshot now. That's what he's resorted to.
Yeah, he does, yeah. He shouts, "Rah!"
and then shoots, and then he's fine again.
He's shooting at MacPhearson. It looks like it's a straightforward one-on-one shootout, but wait. Who's that inexplicably hanging from a rope nearby?
Spider-Man.
No, it's Leia, who for some reason is just like
hanging from a rope.
Hanging from a fucking rope.
That's what I put in my version skipper scene. I was going to ask you because all of a sudden MacPhearson's on the ground and Leia's hanging by a rope.
Yeah, she's like just there. So she shoots him. I think it's her that kills him. I don't know.
Well, Ryder lets out a little girly scream before he runs down the...
Right. Yeah. She lands on the road. Yeah, she lands, showing us that she's still wearing the high heels. Dave then just goes, woo!
Yeah. Ow!
And runs.
Like Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
and runs...
And runs a bit.
Like Cool Cat down the stairs, very sort of ginger, like trying to be quick, but not being able to be quick.
Leah! MacPhearson!
It's probably the least badass move an action hero has ever done. The scream and this ginger run down the stairs.
MacPhearson, however, he's trying to escape now. He's dragging himself into sort of like a little trench.
He seems to be surrendering at this point.
Yeah, he's now. It turns out he's in the gas expulsion bit, and he says, "We can work this out. It doesn't have to be like this." which Dave agrees with by releasing methane gas and setting fire to MacPhearson with a gunshot, just burning him to death.
Yeah, the flames go down the thing that he's in, the trench.
So very, very slowly he's watching his inevitable death approach him, which he's disabled, MacPhearson. He's a disabled man.
He just gets burned to death and there's nothing he can do about it.
Yeah, and he just watches the flames until they eventually catch up with him.
Somewhere a Balerian is dancing to this.
Yeah, but then they lie down.
Yes, they do.
That Balerian, as MacPhearson dies, the Balerian just lays down again.
Yeah, the same.
It's like it was nothing to do with it. I mean, that fire surely is what's killed him, not her dancing about a bit.
No. Calgon wakes up as well, we see, and he's coming.
He does, and he's not happy, because when he wakes up, he goes like this.
Yeah, he's coming, and he's coming for Dave Ryder.
Yeah.
Ryder and Leah, they head to the bridge. Ryder cusses her out.
At this point, I don't know when it happened, but it was only at this point I noticed that Dave Ryder had changed clothes back again. He's taken off the uniform, and now he's back in his vest and little belt.
I think that was during the fight with MacPhearson.
Why?
Because you don't want to be fighting in a boiler suit, do you?
Fair enough. Good work, Dave.
Yeah. If Bruce Willis has taught us anything, you've got to do it in a tank top. Or what's even the point?
Leia says to Dave as they walk off from MacPhearson, "I've never seen anyone burn before."
Yeah.
like that's something that everyone's like, really? That's unusual.
Yeah.
Everyone else has.
Ryder cusses her out for nearly getting herself killed, and Leia comes back with, "But I thought you'd be happy to see me." And Ryder...
He says, "Of course I am."
Yeah. "Your father should have stopped you." And she says, "My father stopped interfering with me when I was 15 years old." Oh, no, sorry. "My father stopped interfering with my life when I was 15 years old."
Thank goodness.
Pedo Santa.
Otherwise, Commander Jensen would be investigated.
"I've got a lot of respect for your father. He's a good man and very giving lover. I just wish he could control you as well as he does his ship." She says, "Control me? If I hadn't have saved you in that engine room," and he says, "Oh, come on. I'd have gotten out of that situation, no problem."
Okie dokie.
Boingy, 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 boingy.
You better believe it.
It's probably true, to be honest. She didn't really help at all, did she?
No, she just hung from a rope.
Leia says, "Well, that's gratitude." And he says, "Why did you do it?" And she says, "Because..." "Oh, never mind. You really are stubborn."
And he says, "You better believe it, bitch."
Yeah.
And punches her in the face. That doesn't happen.
Yeah. Calgon catches up to them, and it turns out our final showdown is taking place on the bumper cars.
Yeah, we get straight on those dodgems. Here we go.
He manages to knock Leia off onto the ground straight away, and Ryder's like, "Leia, are you alright?
Son of a bitch!"
Yeah, keeps shouting that, doesn't it? She's just like, "I'm fine." She gets up straight away, but Ryder's driving off.
Leia, you alright?
Fine.
Son of a bitch!
What happens was there's a chase. It's Calgon or Calgon, whichever one you want, and Dave, and they're racing around. She runs out, sees them go past. It's like a bit like a Scooby-Doo thing where you open the wrong door and they run through the other doors. She runs out, they drive past her, and she just runs off again.
Yeah.
It's like that happens twice. Dave shouts, "I'm gonna get you, you bastard!" To which Calgon replies in the much more civilized way of saying, "You meddling fool." Which is a lot better for me. I'd appreciate a villain like that.
I like how Leia, in high heels, has been able to run past them and meet them and stand in front of them.
Still get there first.
And Ryder's like, "Leia, get out of the way!"
She stands just stock still in front of both of them approaching her, shooting a laser that's doing nothing. Quite wildly firing, actually. I don't know what the hell she's firing at.
Yeah, Calgon looks to run her over, but Ryder makes the save, knocking his bumper
by shouting,
car.
"Shit, son of a bitch!"
Leia, look out! And he managed to knock into Calgon and knocks him off course, so he can't run her over.
But if he hadn't, she would have been run over by both of them, because they were both heading straight for her.
Yeah,
like, she's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, and Leia thanks him by momentarily disabling Ryder's bumper car by shooting it, I guess. And Calgon takes the chance to drive at her, and he's got the line of the film here.
"I get you, you bastard!
Meddling fool!
look out! Look out!
Take this, you space bitch!
He's got an evil laugh either side of that line as well, by the way. He's laughing on his way to saying it. He's laughing as he said it.
And he actually does run her over.
Yeah.
He hits her.
Yeah, because we get a, yeah! as well as Ryder eventually just jumps from buggy Enforcer 6.
He starts his car again, drives headfirst towards him, and this is the best thing in the movie. Ryder, he's screaming down the camera.
This is where he's shouting, yeah.
And stops abruptly with no expression on his face to ready himself for the next sort of like stunt. Reb Brown. He just screams and he's totally fine. Jumps out of the buggy, rolls onto the floor. The buggy, going 2 miles an hour, manages to drive into Calgon. The Calgon's actually not in the car when it comes to this.
This is empty at this point, isn't it?
Yeah, but
not even a dummy is in the car. It's just like there's just nobody's there.
Yeah, it's just empty, but it does cut back to Calgon, who like raises his hand to his head and he's like, ah! And the thing blows up into a massive fireball. Considering their little electric vacuum cleaners, the fireball is huge.
Yeah, I mean, and then he gives him the old "fuck you," doesn't he?
Yeah,
he gives him the old up yours sort of arm movement.
And then cut to later, I guess. Has it been years? Has it been months? Who knows?
Not sure.
Ryder and Leia, they're kissing in what looks to be the edible garden from Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka movie. And there's a voiceover overhead asking Ryder,
"Attention, Commander Ryder. We're ready for takeoff."
She says, "Won't you miss your flight?" And Ryder says, "Does that mean you won't marry me?"
Yeah, I'm not sure what that means at all. That doesn't mean that.
She laughs and he picks her up and carries her 2 feet away.
Yeah, we get the, oh, Dave.
Yeah, so they can go and kiss by the boiler.
Yeah, I put that. Carries her over a little bit just for some more kissing.
Dave Ryder, you old romantic. The end.
But wait.
Or is it?
But wait.
We're at the engineering floor again. The camera slowly pans over a smouldering Calgon, and that's not he's smouldering looks-wise.
Look at him. He's like Zoolander.
Yeah, he's literally smouldering his corpse. He opens his eyes right at the end there to tease a sequel we thankfully never got.
It's a shame. And then we get a lovely ballad.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I think it's called Edge of a Dream.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I think it's called that.
It's one of my favourite end theme tunes.
Yeah.
The
totally
worst for me was...
Irrelevant to everything.
Worst for me was Demolition Man. Best is definitely this.
Oh, yeah, that was Sting, wasn't it?
Fucking hell, shit. And that is the end of Space Mutiny. Enjoy the film? Did you like it?
I'm not sure I did.
No.
I'm not sure I did enjoy it.
I just think Reb Brown is not an action hero. He's someone that could be in an action film as a side character. He can't carry a whole film.
Clearly not.
No.
There's
just something off about him as an action hero that, like, what Arnie has, Reb Brown does not. And Dolph and Jean-Claude and all those sort of people. The high-pitched screams, the fact that he can't really fight. Is it just because he's tall and he's got blonde hair?
Wait till Strike Commando then. You ain't seen nothing yet of Reb Brown if you ain't seen that.
Where does this rank in the Reb Brown filmography?
To be honest, from what you read out, pretty much Strike Commando is the only other film I've seen with him in.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, and Cage.
Yeah.
Cage is all right. But that's more Lou Ferrigno, to be honest with you. That's incredibly homoerotic, by the way, Cage. Yeah. Even though they're just buddies, from the war. But Strike Commando is much better than this. Cage is much better than this. This is just a mess. This is like doesn't even know what it is. It's a kid's film, but then he shouts bastard and son of a bitch every now and then.
Yeah, this was a favourite of people from Mystery Science Theater. This is one I watched, one of the first ones I saw of it, and really, really enjoyed it. So I thought we would do it for the podcast. Wouldn't recommend watching it without the Mystery Science Theater commentary, to be honest.
Oh, thanks. You didn't recommend I watched it with that, did you? It was fun. It was fun. It was shit. So there you go.
Yeah, kind of like this podcast.
Yeah, apart from the fun bit. Right, viewers?
Yeah.
Listeners?
Speaking of
Hello?
shit.
Anyone?
Let's move on to this week's film pitch.
Fantastic.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Okay, so we've obviously got to go down the sci-fi route for this week.
Right, I've got a title.
Right.
It was something that actually exists. I believe Asylum have released a film. Or Sci-Fi Channel. Make more sense if it was them, right?
Yeah.
But I spoke about this on Twitter with other people. And there's a film, it's called Battlestar Wars.
Nice.
And it's actual film that exists. Okay, so that's already out there. So let's change it to Battlestar Wars Galactical Trek.
Battlestar Wars Galactical Trek.
Yeah. Okay.
Battlestar Wars : Galactical Trek.
Oh, I don't know. No, because no, we don't. It's just the whole thing's just one.
Yeah.
Just one sentence.
Part 7, and then we can fill the back episodes in later.
Right, I've got it. Episode 7.
Yeah.
Having part. Episode 7. I'm writing that in Roman numerals.
Nice.
Because that looks cool. There we go. Episode 7. We need a subheading for the episode 7.
What was the name of the pub? Not the Southern Sun, the other one. The Limping Drago.
Limping Drago. Yeah, why not? Let's have a backstory. We never did find out what happened to him.
Yeah.
It's just that the Viper Squadron was responsible.
Or wouldn't this just be Space Mutiny then? If it was a prequel?
No.
Okay, so episode 7, The Limping Drago.
Yeah, so episode 12 is
Space Mutiny.
Space Mutiny. Yeah, this was the prequel to that. But there's already 6 previous episodes to this also.
Episode 1 is MacPhearson's conception.
He doesn't have to be in them all.
All right. Okay.
Episode 1 can be no space.
Just men.
It's the dormitory of men.
Yes.
So it all came about.
So who's in this shit show then?
This is where we fall down, isn't it, with our stuff?
I guess we'd have to recast maybe the commander. Brian Blessed, maybe?
No. He's not going to do it.
Why? He loves this shit. Flash Gordon's in it. Maybe he could be Calgon.
What, Sam J. Jones?
Yeah.
Flash as Calgon?
Yeah, Sam J. Jones as Calgon.
It's going against type. I've got Blessed as the commander.
Commander Claus, yeah. Maybe Billy Idol as the Captain Beavers.
Captain Beavers, Billy Idol, yeah. He did well in The Wedding Planner.
Yeah, a natural at acting. Jack Nicholson is himself falling off into the vat of chemicals during the gunfight.
That would be good because we can get him and then not have to pay him.
Like, because we're throwing him into a vat of
'cause
chemicals.
we're just burning him alive.
Yeah. Shooeboogie, get him back in a cameo.
We're putting him above Jack Nicholson in the credits.
Yeah. And introducing Jack Nicholson as...
Chemical guy.
Chemical face.
Chemical face, yes.
Carl Weathers got to be in there somewhere.
Right, okay, we'll go against type. Carl Weathers can be bad guy.
God, what could he be called?
Well, Commander Carl Weathers.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
He could be on another ship.
He could be, he can, yeah.
He could be on a rival ship.
Maybe we could have Reb Brown as Dave Ryder Sr.
Old Man Ryder.
Oh, another one of your films.
That's what his name is.
Yeah, Old Man Ryder. He can play the dad.
Yep, he's in. Old Man Ryder.
And then some kid as Dave Ryder Jr. from Space Mutiny.
Blonde hair.
Just blonde flat top. Whatever kid's got one of them.
I don't know if there's many.
Exactly, it'll narrow it down.
The older brother from Home Alone.
Buzz.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he wouldn't have aged, would he?
I don't know when that film was made. He looks the same every year.
Every time you watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so some young upstarters, Dave Ryder Jr., he just gets a little cameo anyway, he's not in it much. So basically, Carl Weathers...
Yep, he's a baddie. He's the bad guy. He's the commander of the good ship Starfuck.
Yeah, he's a pirate. He's a space pirate. He's after something in the spaceship.
A jewel. A jewel that is where they get their power.
He's after he's after whatever.
The legendary.
Basically, they're after whatever powers the Southern Sun, because their main pirate ship, the HMS Starfuck, is losing power. So they're all going to die on that ship unless they get a new reactor. So you see, in Carl Weathers' mind, he's the good guy because he's saving his people.
Save everyone on his starship.
Yeah. Whilst Brian Blessed is all about good times, partying, and chilling with Sasquatch.
Well, that's what he does.
Yeah. Maybe he could have Sasquatch as an actual person on the bridge.
Sasquatch on the bridge.
Yeah.
That's another film pitch.
Yeah. Just like, like Chewie, like in Star Wars. You just got Sasquatch.
Okay.
So that's the plot, and they're basically trying to infiltrate. And
what's the jewel? What's the jewel we're talking about? What's the? We've got to have a name for it.
I guess it's something that powers the whole ship, and it's like a crystal. The crystal. What's space age sounding? The crystal eye, the eye of the Billy Crystal.
The Billy Crystal of Destiny.
Yes.
Yeah. Is he going to be in it?
No.
Can we get him in it?
Billy Crystal?
Yeah.
No. Maybe there's a picture of him up in the reactor room.
This is
Can't be the fucking Billy Crystal of what? Destiny? Jesus Christ.
Oh.
We had this problem with fucking Blood Thunderstorm, whatever the fuck we came up with. Blood Thunder. But it's just the reactor, the reactor batteries.
The reactor crystal of...
No, crystal. Get rid of crystal.
Papoose.
You know French. Give me a French word.
Crystallian Bambuza.
Who's he?
No, I made it up.
Oh.
That's how we can get away with it.
Sounds like a Nigerian football player.
Sounds like a Nigerian dictator.
There you go then. The Crystallian Bambuza.
Is that what they're looking for?
That's what they need. That's what powers the Southern Sun.
Can at the end they just all get along?
No.
Okay.
Carl Weathers and all of his people die a horrible, horrible death.
That is sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do we meet any of his people?
Yeah, like Flash Lightning is like an ace pilot in the
Who kills him?
Dave Senior.
Old Man Rider.
Yeah.
How?
Shoots him.
It's not overly futuristic, is it?
Neither was fucking Space Mutiny.
Who's playing Limping Drago?
Oh, what about Lou Diamond Phillips?
Very good.
It's basically them preventing Carl Weathers from killing everybody. They're good guys in this, and they turn to the dark side because Carl Weathers and his people, they take those two hostage and tell them that there's more to life than just wanking on a spaceship. You know?
Yeah, well, it's about time they learned that.
Exactly. Their eyes are open to the possibilities of wanking on a planet instead. So,
a little spaceship masturbation.
Well, it's 90% of it.
Yeah, of course.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Maybe we could have Terry Crews in it. I like Terry Crews. I like to get him in as much as possible.
All right, we'll have him. As?
Keith the Teeth O'Malley.
Why is he called that? He's got teeth.
Yeah. He's a gangster on the Southern Sun.
Why don't they get rid of him?
Yeah, it's a massive ship, though, and he controls the sort of...
The teeth.
He controls...
all teeth.
You know, like the Titanic?
Can he control teeth?
He can control his own teeth to like chew and things if you meet
food.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. That's how he got his name.
You know, like in the Titanic, you've got different classes of decks. That's the same on the Southern...
I've never seen Titanic.
Well, just the Titanic in general, not with DiCaprio. You know, they had decks that were like first class deck, second class, third class.
Probably. Yeah. He could be in charge of the teeth deck.
Yes. He's...
Is he the only one with teeth on that deck?
Probably, knowing
that's why they call him that.
The living conditions of that place. He's like controlling that deck there.
Bloody hell.
And that they need to get past him to get to the reactor. So
why the hell would they put the reactor beneath Teeth the Keith O'Malley?
They didn't design the ship thinking one day Teeth the Keith O'Malley will be patrolling the third deck.
Well, he's only on deck 3. So it goes really shit from like 1 straight to 3. No one's got teeth.
All the
Deck 1's everyone's rich. Deck 2, everyone's okay. Deck 3, no one's got teeth.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
So,
run through it for me.
What we've got Battlestar Wars Galactical Trek, Episode 7. We're on the Southern Sun. Brian Blessed is Commander Santa Claus. Flash Gordon as Calgon. Billy Idol as Captain Beavers. Commander Carl Weathers of the good ship Starfuck. Reb Brown as Old Man Ryder. Blonde Kid Flat Top. Sasquatch as himself.
Yeah.
Shooeboogie as himself. And Lou Diamond Phillips as Limping Draggo.
Yes.
All on a plot to find and sustain the Crystallian Bamboozer.
Yes. The Southern Sun want to keep it. The Starfucks want to take it away. Who will prevail?
Find out.
Who cares?
In Battlestar Wars Galactical Trek, Episode 7.
Part 2.
Epilogue. I'm not sure. I don't know if I'd watch it. It's got a great cast.
I was going to say, look at the cast.
It's got a great cast, I'll give it that, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like there's much happening.
That's the general plot. We can go into a few scene details if you like.
Where's the women? This is where we always fall down. Sexist bastards that we are.
Okay, so I guess...
I know you said there should be a young...
Go a female Sasquatch with tits if you want.
Oh, yeah, fine.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
And with that, we bring this episode of the podcast to a close. Thank you as always to my co-host Ken B. Wild.
Thank you very, very much indeed.
So what did you think to this week's episode? What did you think of this week's film, Space Mutiny? Was it better than Star Wars? Was it better than Star Trek? Where does...
No.
Where does Reb Brown stand in your all-time action heroes list?
Low.
And should we do another one of his films soon?
Strike Commando.
Let us know. The email address is badmoviecult@gmail.com. You can also find us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. Would you like to discuss this week's episode with other cult members? Well, you can. You just need to search the Bad Movie Cult discussion group on Facebook. We're there.
Shit.
All links are available in the show notes. If you'd like to support the podcast, you can by simply leaving us an Apple Podcast rating or review, which is a massive help in getting us found by new listeners. You can find all previous episodes as well as written reviews of films not covered on the podcast on our website. That's www.badmoviecult.com. Join us again in 2 weeks' time where we will be back with another movie review deep dive and film.
Show me your cock.
Ah!